guys, hope you're doing well, having a freaking good day as always. So in this video I'm going to be going over my FBC, my full blood count, or CBC, complete blood count as they say in America. And yeah, before the video gets started, could I kindly ask you to click like, subscribe if you are new, and comment something in the comment section. And you can stay tuned for all my travel, eating, keto, all those sort of videos, all combined, health and everything. And yeah, stay tuned, it's going to be something you like even if you don't like one of them. So subscribe, help us out, really appreciate it, thank you very much. And with that waffle out of the way, let's get on to the video. Dyslexic mong, sorry, I do apologise for my speaking. Okay, so let's have a look at my blood test. But before we do that, you might see some like funny sort of like language down here. It's because I'm based in Thailand and obviously got the test done in Thailand. So some of this writing is basically the same thing as it is in English, but written in Thai, obviously. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at my first test now, the ESR test. So the ESR test is the erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Erythrocytes is just another name for your red blood cells, and basically they just let them drip to the bottom in the test tube, and within an hour, and depending like how long or how slow it takes, tells us how much like inflammation is in the body. Yeah, and this is not one of the best tests, but yeah, it does give you some sort of basic information. So as we can see, my result is 6, which isn't too bad as the reference range is 20. Generally, I'd say 20 would be if you're like 50 and up, but if you're under 50, you probably want it around about 15 at maximum. But yeah, 6 o'clock. So the result of 6 is not too bad. Okay, moving on next, we got the moving on next, we got the WBC, the white blood count. I'm going to skip that at the moment and then go to the red blood cell count. Okay, so RBC, red blood cell count, obviously is the amount of red blood cells you have in your body. And then we've got the HB, which is the hemoglobin, the HCT, which is the hematocrit. So the hemoglobin tells us like how much oxygen you can like transfer throughout your body, and hematocrit is basically the viscosity of your blood. And then underneath we got like the MCV, the MCH, the MCHC, and the RDW. Now these are just the different types of the blood cells in your body and the different sizes. So depending on the different sizes can tell us different sort of problems that you could have. So anyway, if we look at my red blood cell count, it's a 4.6, and the reference range is 4.6, funnily enough, to 6. Now they do vary on lab to lab you go, but they're all going to be in like a similar sort of similar reference range. So as you can see, I'm a little bit low on the red blood cell count, and the hemoglobin and the hematocrit as well. They're in the like okay level, but they're still right at the bottom. So I would like them a little bit lower. A little bit higher, sorry. But if they're on the low range, it could be like an iron deficiency or B12 deficiency, or folate, something like that, or you could have a problem with like your bone marrow, because that's where bone marrow, because that's where like you produce like the blood cells. And I'm a little bit asthmatic as well, so I'm not sure if that's why I'm on the low side. So you generally find the red blood cells counts can be higher if you're an athlete and you're a sporty person, which is kind of strange because I do exercise a hell of a lot. And they're higher in like smokers, obviously, because you're killing your body and you need to get more oxygen. And if you're a little bit dehydrated as well, they can be a little bit higher. So as you can see, I'm a little bit anemic, so I would like to increase my red blood cell count. And yeah, I'll go over more of that later on or in another video. Stay tuned, do not go anywhere. Okay, that out of the way now, let's move on to the WBC, the white blood cell count. Or you might hear them being called leukocytes as well, which is another word for the white blood cells. So doctors probably use that a lot more than the average Joe. Anyway, leukocytes are absolutely important as health for you, and they might only make up like 1% of your total blood, but you're going to need these for fighting off bacterial infections and viral infections and just, yeah, keeping your body A-OK. Yeah. So there's a few different types of white blood cells, and we're starting off now with neutrophils. So neutrophils are responsible for the bacterial infection, so they're going to go up or down depending on if you have an infection, and they're like the most common in the body. Next we got lymphocytes, which are responsible for the viral infection, so obviously you get a virus, that's going to go up or down as well. Next we've got monocytes. So monocytes are like chronic infections over like a long period of time. Obviously that's what chronic means, over a long period of time. After that we got eosinophils, which are for allergies and that, like hay fever and asthma, which I have, so they might go a little bit higher if you've got one of these sort of conditions. And after that, finishing off with basophils, basophils, whatever the hell you want to call it. And again, these are responsible for allergies as well, and that can make you like a little bit itchy as well if they're up. Okay, so looking at my white blood cell counts now, as you can see, it's all done by percentage, and that all the different blood cells add up to 100, and they're going to go up and down on the percentage ratio depending on what problems you have. As we can see though, mine are pretty much okay. I'm in the middle for everything. Like I said, the eosinophils can go up if you've got asthma, so mine's only 1.5%, which isn't too bad. So my asthma's been pretty well controlled lately, so I haven't had too many asthma attacks, and yeah, just had a few sort of breathless moments. So I guess that's why it's on the lower ratio, and obviously it can go up. Depending on like the time of year or how bad your asthma is and whatnot, this can affect the ratio. So at the moment, this is pretty good. And again, as you can see, I've got like no viral or bacterial problem at all, because it's all like in the mid-range. Like with this like pandemic thing, you'd expect my neutrophils to increase and the lymphocytes to decrease. So I'm all okay with that. So obviously that's a sign that you don't have any infection. So last but not least, guys, we've got the platelets. Now the platelets help sort of go around your blood and repair when you like have an accident or something. So if you like scrape your elbow and whatnot, it's going to help build the scab and everything. So they can go up and down depending. If you've got a chronic condition, it could go down, or if you've got infection, again, they could go up. Okay, so we look at my platelet count now. I'm 209, and as you can see, the reference range is 150 to 450. So yeah, that's pretty okay. So on some of these blood tests, you might see MPV on the list as well. MPV. Don't know what that is, but yeah. And MPV stands for mean platelet volume. Again, that's going to like be an indicator of the different size of the platelets. It's not that common, so you might not always see it on your test, but it can give some indication to a problem. Okay, there we go then, guys. That was my full blood count. I hope you found the video informative and useful. As you can see, it's a really good test to give a basic measure of what your health markers are. Like if you've got a viral infection, if you've got bacterial infection, if you've got like some sort of allergy and whatnot. So obviously you have this test, and then you can go more into depth with other problems that you could have. So as you can see, my general sort of test was pretty good. All the levels are pretty okay, but my red blood cell count and all of those, the hemoglobin and the hematocrit, were slightly on the lower side. So something I probably want to address a little bit. I would like to increase them a little bit. And like I say, I've got a few sort of like health problems and whatnot, so I'm not sure if they play a role. Like I say, I've got the asthma, fibromyalgia, and yada blah. I can't get my frigging words out. Got dyslexic as well, so got dyslexia as well. So don't think that's going to come out in the blood test though. But yeah, you never know. Maybe in the future they do some test for that. Okay guys, I'm starting to waffle now, so I'm going to end the video here. So please make sure you like it, comment as well in the comment section. It really helps us out, and especially subscribe. If you got this far and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps us out. Super easy for you, just one freaking click, and it really helps us out, as I've said about a billion times. So yeah, anyway, you're probably more interested in my next videos coming out, because I've got the testosterone and cholesterol, so you'll probably find that a bit more like interesting. But yeah, even so, the full blood count is a really good one. And yeah, there we go then. I'm ending the video now, so make sure you follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you on the next video. I think I've probably got a recipe coming out soon, so stay for that one. This recipe this week. And yeah, take care, stay cool, and I'll see you later. Chicka pow 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 pow, chicka pow. Yeah, what is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Yo, what is up, guys? I hope you're doing well. I have a freaking Yo, what is up? Queer motherfucker. Okay, girls. So as you can see, I'm a little bit anemic, so I would like to increase my red blood. Eosinophils are like next on the, after that we got eosinophils. Eosinophils are so next on after that we got eosinophils. So yeah, if we look at the red blood cell count, so we look at, as I said, the red blood might, and like I said, with the eosinophils, it's the inflammation is going to be high or low.